So we've got a quote from Tom Brady. He calls the draft the most overrated weekend of the NFL calendar. He said, "It's one thing to draft, and then you've got to develop. More important to me is develop." We had, I think, the most overrated weekend of the NFL calendar, the NFL draft, because 95% of these guys won't make meaningful contributions in their first year. Most of these guys will make meaningful contributions in the 2026 season. So after hearing that take from Tom Brady, Mike, what do you think about what he had to say?
He's speaking out of his pain. I understand, you know what I mean, not getting drafted very high and everything, but, you know, there's no way you could talk about the meaningless part of a draft. The way I've always seen the draft, honestly, it could be meaningless and don't take it the wrong way, to a whole lot of dudes that are coming from a good situation and just trying to make it into the NFL. But it's a hell of a lottery hit for the first 32 Negroes, brothers coming from the ghetto. I don't care what you're talking about.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? See, there are two things to this. It's yes. From a development standpoint, sometimes, you want to give them more time. But, you know, especially prior to the NIL, this is life-changing. This draft, this moment is life-changing for a lot of people. I know Tom got drafted late, and I know he climbed his way up, and all of that is to be commended, and I honor him for that. But Tom didn't go through what a Negro like Mike went through. The draft was everything to me and my family.
Yeah,
and the draft was everything to a lot of brothers in their families. And then you have to deal with your career. But I'm never going to put down that draft. I can't do that, man. Never.
Yeah, I'm in 100% agreement with you, Mike, when it comes to this draft. To say this is meaningless it kind of make Tom, and I know Tom is a great football player, you know, GOAT status and all of that. But when you say stuff like this, it just sounds like you're out of touch with reality, realistically, because when you think of this weekend or that weekend that we're talking about, even beyond the first 32 players, this is life changing. This is a dream come true for so many kids. They played this sport since they was 4 and 5 years old. Their dad had them running routes and learning L's and you know, just everything, going to quarterback school, sniper school. Shout out to sniper school and that guy doing a great job training quarterbacks. It's so much work going to this, and this just speaks of just privilege. Just when you grow up in great societies and great families, and you don't feel much pressure from many people. This is the only way I could really even think about this quote making sense, because it makes no sense to all of the kids, like you said, coming from the ghetto. How about the people that were walk-ons? How about the people that just were late bloomers and they're looking forward to being drafted in the 3rd round, in the 4th round, and to make something special of themselves? Some people are just excited to make the team because they know if they get on the team, they'll have a chance to be in the practice squad and things like that where they could work their way up. So I think this is a crazy statement, and I love Tom Brady, but you know, every once in a while, even the greats say something crazy.
I understand. Listen, I agree with Mike. You got to think about Tom Brady. Like you said, that was going to be the beginning of my take. Tom Brady drafted 6th round and all that shit. Nigga, like, look at me. Turned out to be the best nigga in the world. They almost left me out the motherfucking picture. You think about somebody like Brock Purdy. You think about Brock Purdy, right? Brock Purdy's Mr. Irrelevant. 200, what he got a contract, 230? You understand? I think Tom, and you know, so I think what Tom is alluding to, I don't think that he meant that it's the most overrated weekend or whatever. I don't know what days it's on, week of NFL. I think more what he's saying is this, and like I said, just speculation, is he's saying that this shit then became a spectacle. Mm-hmm. That's what I think that he's saying. And it's not about the players, or what, like you said, the first 32 and life-changing money. And of course, we know that everything that Mike said was 100% correct. But I think Tom Brady's coming from the perspective of saying, we done turned this into a 5-day spectacle. We keep showing damn Shador Sanders, no disrespect, and his family, because he turned out last draft to be the biggest topic of the draft. He still hasn't played this season, but you keep going to the cameras at his house, showing him. It's become drama outside of what's really important of the players that's getting drafted. So if they can find a storyline or find something that's important and be like, oh, not just Shador, anybody. Well, he's still saying, we've seen players, they're not just Shador, we've seen players sit there and be like, he's supposed to be not just football, basketball, like, they still ain't pick him. They still ain't pick him. And that starts becoming the storyline as opposed to some of the people that got drafted and they being happy. You know, we sat there and watched, I see the special, Mark Jackson, ended up being a great basketball player, worked with us on this show. But it became a spectacle when he kept getting passed and passed and passed and passed and passed, and then he ended up finally, but that becomes the storyline. And I think, to me, that's where Tom Brady was coming from. Not shitting on the niggas who got picked, not shitting on niggas who come from poor environments. I don't think that's what he meant. I just think he meant this shit then turned to spectacle. Think about this. We watched that shit for 4 days. I think it was on the draft was on for 4 days in a row. Yep. And the topic of every day is, when is Shador going? As opposed to all the other great stories of, like you and Mace just talked about people coming from bad environments, so on and so forth. 4 days straight, the highest rating draft was about Shador not getting picked. And to me, that's where Tom Brady was coming from. And that's just my opinion. I don't know if that's a fact or not, but to me, that's more of what I took from it.
And that's a great point. That's a great point, what you're saying, Killer. And I would think that the reason why I went 5 days is because Shador didn't get picked. And so,
but no, Murder, it goes like that the last few years. It isn't just this year for 4 or 5 days.
We don't have that kind of attention paid.
That's what I'm saying. We don't have that kind of
attention paid to those later rounds. That's what Mace's talking about.
Yeah.
And the only reason he was even interested in all of that, what happened in the later rounds, is because of Shador. But I concur with that conclusion, Cam. You're correct. That's called all C's, homiletics, teaching and preaching. I concur with that conclusion. You are correct. All C's and C's. You get what I'm saying? But you are correct. I believe that he was also just trying to motivate the guys that didn't get as drafted as high as they wanted to. But it is our experience and it's our job to help Tom see a perspective that he may not considered when he said such a thing, because that's the reality. The draft has done so much for other people. We understand what you're trying to do for those group of people, and you just got to state that. We know Tom didn't mean any ill will or ill intent, but we come from different places. Yeah. You come from a good place, a good upbringing, and you got drafted late. That stuff don't matter. Don't worry about it. But you come from where we come from, and hey, baby, you the ticket they've been riding forever. That draft is everything. They've been on your back like a horse trying to get you across that finish line and get that family money. That's a family money. They all could turn French when I got drafted. Michael, we rich. We my ass. Ain't no we. What you talking about?
Mike, we rich. We did it.
Right.
Yeah, Murder, I cut Mace off. I didn't mean to cut Mace off.
No,
so.
Mike just said it. Mike just shared what I was talking about. And you know, when it comes to Tom Brady, everybody up here, we appreciate Tom Brady and totally adore what he's done for the game of football. It's just when you make these statements just as an adult, it's not about what you intend to say. It's about what you said. As a child, we can go with what you intend to say. I think as adults, you gotta watch what you say.
Yeah,
and let me tell you this now, too. Tom got much black cred.
Yeah.
What he did for Antonio Brown, always love him. I don't care what anybody say. You know, Tom stuck his neck out for Antonio Brown and got him back in the league and trying to help him every kind of way. And, of course, you know, Antonio Brown turned around.
That's not what Antonio said.
Right, and show direct. But that, hey,
not
that's
what
what it looked
Antonio
like. Cause
said.
I knew Antonio was not going to get back in the league unless somebody like Tom talked to him. I can tell you that personally. I was talking to the commission. I can tell you that personally. We were talking at one point when when Antonio Brown had that thing go down in Miami. We were trying to what can we do to help him get back in the league and all of that. And then that Miami thing went down when he was going off on his kids, and I was like, well, ain't no use of approaching that conversation anymore. You know what I mean? But the only way he got back in was Tom. I didn't like what Antonio Brown did afterwards, after the man had laid down and helped him like that. I thought that wasn't right.
I seen the draft where Johnny Manziel was begging niggas to take him, and he's white. He just said anybody take me. So I agree with you, it makes. I'm not disagreeing, but niggas be wanting to get niggas definitely white, black, or Chinese, or Spanish, or yellow. I don't want to leave nobody out. But you guys are absolutely right. It means more when you come from a poor environment, and the draft does very important. And then what I was trying to say, I wasn't cutting you off, Mace. I was just saying that for the last few years, it's been 3, 4, 5 days. But that's why I said in my opening statement, this was the highest rating draft because I'm talking about viewer-wise. Because of Shador. So I wasn't disagreeing with you at all. I was just saying for the last few years, it's been 4 or 5 days. But think about this. It's like when we was talking about before. And a lot of people who are fans and everything else don't understand business. If we could drag the NFL draft out 4, 5, 6 days and get more money every day, TV sponsorship, commercial ads, so on and so forth.
They're gonna do that.
It's business. Same thing like Mike when you were saying you started Just Show and we was talking about Red Zone getting commercials. You said, I don't want Red Zone getting commercials, but now that I'm doing XYZ, what you're doing, you understand it when it comes to ads and sponsorships and everything else. So to me, it's business, but you guys are correct.
Yeah. Agree with all you guys. It's definitely going to be different perspective. That's why we're going to see things differently. And then even to Mike's point with Antonio Brown, if you're going to get an endorsement to come back in the league, Tom Brady would definitely be the person to do that. So that was dope that he was able to do that for him.
And what do you get in return?
That's what I'm saying.
Nigga, get your wife all in my bedroom, T-shirts with Giselle all over. What you get in return?
Hey,
rap songs
all
about
doing
you.
is solidify. Tom was one of them white guys that said, I ain't gonna believe them. I'm gonna work with these brothers. And then in the end said, God darn it, I guess they were right. You can't do that for them Negroes. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Listen,
the end, that thing got crazy.
Yeah, listen, man, I ain't trying to put it in this exact category, but when you let Pookie back in the Carter, because he cleaned himself up.
Get on out of here.
You let him back in, my nigga. You see what happened? Nigga blew the cart up behind that, my nigga.
Antonio will get on y'all for this.
Antonio used to be on this show,
he was our analyst.
Yeah, not on y'all, on Cam. I fool with AB.
AB, my man, too.
I think everybody up here does. We're just clear, because that's why when Mace said, that's not what AB said, that is directly from the source because we asked him about it.
Yeah.
So that's back to kind of what we started with. It's different perspectives.
Yeah.
Yo, listen, man, Mike, I'm going to tell you this in full disclosure, and even though it's not disclosure, we on the show. AB said, yo, let me turn myself in on y'all show. AB said, yo, he said, let them come arrest me on your show. We said, we can't do it. They going to say we snitching, eh? We can't do it.
No, that's a lookout, man. He looking out for y'all. He looking out. That's going. Hey, boy, listen. That show gonna draw so much to see it. It'll be insane. I think that's an incredible thing for him to offer. To be honest with you.
Mike. It wasn't for free.
Of course, it's not for free.
It wasn't that much of a favor. Let's slow down, nigga. It wasn't for free.
Yeah.
Okay,
I called him with it.
He was shopping that thing. He was out there shopping that thing.
Yeah, but nah, we definitely fool with AB up here. He's our guy.
For sure. Okay.
What you want, nigga? Everything, nigga, super size. 2 Big Macs, like when they doing them 2 for $5.